to take testosterone. That would be crazy. But there is science to suggest a lot of men have low testosterone, and taking it could be...
I live in Miami, which I think is probably the international capital of testosterone replacement therapy. And let me just say, I think it's a little irresponsible, and I would say get ready for the lawsuits.
They got rid of the flu vaccine, and a bunch of people fell sick with the flu. And these war fighters, some of them actually died as a result of this. So, I mean,
Guys, last night on Abby Phillip's show, MAGA pundits were completely annihilated when they tried to defend Pete Hegseth's irrelevant initiative to screen service members for low testosterone levels. Progressive journalists fact-checked these MAGA goons so hard, they were cornered into complete silence. Now, I'm going to play some clips from the show. I'll share my opinion as we go.
Tonight, as the war in Iran continues, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is announcing a new, unrelated initiative.
I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best. Because it's well-established science that as we age, testosterone levels often naturally drop. Under the supervision of our world-class medical professionals, warfighters age 30 and older are going to be tested annually as part of their periodic health assessment. Those under 30 can voluntarily choose to get the test as well. If treatment is recommended, it's entirely your choice to receive testosterone replacement therapy.
The Pentagon didn't respond to questions about what research or academic studies underpinned this move, though concerns about testosterone deficits in military units who are under intense stress and demanding conditions are not entirely new. The Pentagon also didn't say if, for example, female troops would be screened and treated for hormonal changes as they enter menopause, for example. Experts have debated for years how to diagnose problems related to low testosterone levels and whether they should be treated by actually replacing the hormone. And this is something that I'm sure the Pentagon is grappling with, but it is not an Onion clip that the defense secretary is out there making this a top policy priority.
Yeah, look, it's a big deal for guys. I mean, once you turn 30, your testosterone levels begin to decrease. I called a number of folks I know, active, retired vets, and they all said, like, yeah, dude, we're taking TRT peptides because our testosterone levels do indeed decrease. Now, I'm not at that point yet, thank God, Charles. I think about it, man, how it feels. No, I'm not. But Charles, I'm saying when we get older as men, that is something we have to deal with.
Generally speaking.
I'm not saying you, Charles. Let me be clear.
But, you know, there is a lot of, I mean, on the health side, I think there is a lot of disputed science about what to do about it.
Yeah,
and whether or not mass surveillance of everyone for testosterone problems is even a solution. And of course, on the political side.
Guys, honestly, what surprised me was when Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced that troops over the age of 30 will be offered annual testing. And if doctors find low testosterone, treatment can be offered. And honestly, it surprised me when Hegseth brought it up as a top priority. I mean, look at what's happening right now. The United States is dealing with growing tensions in the Middle East. American troops are deployed in dangerous places. Every day carries the risk of further escalation with Iran. Military families are watching the news anxiously, wondering what comes next. They're deeply worried. That's the reality. Again, guys, I'm not saying soldiers' health doesn't matter. It absolutely does. Medical care is important. Nobody's arguing against that. But for the American people, leadership should be about setting priorities. Every announcement from the Trump administration is making them a national laughingstock.
The Democrats are pointing out this is gender-affirming care, and it completely debunks all of Republicans' attacks on trans people. Tammy Duckworth says, sounds like gender-affirming care to me. And then the Michigan congressman says, this is the same administration that tells you not to take vaccines and rails against gender-affirming care. Look, even if you put aside the gender-affirming care, I actually think the vaccines thing is important. They got rid of the flu vaccine, and a bunch of people fell sick with the flu. And these war fighters, some of them actually died as a result of this. So, I mean, there are really important things that affect everyone in the military, not just men of a certain age, everyone.
Well, let's be clear. This is a completely optional thing. They're not forcing testosterone down your throat. I think it's good. I want lethal war fighters to have high testosterone. But these are totally optional, right? It's not. We're not forcing everyone to get the COVID vaccine. We're not forcing everyone to take testosterone. That would be crazy. But there is science to suggest a lot of men have low testosterone, and taking it could be good for their health.
Lower levels,
I think
you're more prone to injury with lower levels.
Information is power.
But the bigger point,
I don't think it's something to get outraged over.
The bigger point to me is that this is fixating on a 1950s G.I. Joe form of military. And what in particular, one of the biggest wars right now is teaching us is that modern warfare is completely different. The war between Russia and Ukraine, we need different kinds of fighters who has nothing to do with how strong
they're investing in that. They're investing in all
this. 30 seconds, right? This is super important. Yes. Today, or this week as well, Pete Hegseth blocked the promotion of 7 senior Navy officers, 5 of whom were women or people of color, to Star Admiral ranks, to the 2-star Admiral ranks. That means that there would be no female active duty naval officers likely to be promoted to Admiral at all this year. So G.I. Joe, military, and women being blocked almost completely from the highest ranks of our military.
Guys, for me, honestly, almost every American who loves this country knows that Pete Hegseth is a brainless, egotistical person who wants all white Americans to replace black and brown citizens. He stopped the long overdue promotions of many black men who have been serving in the armed forces for decades. Recently, this moron has stopped the promotions of many Navy men and 5 notable senior female officers. And guys, with these brainless people in power, our real security and military challenges are growing with every passing day. And American people want you idiots to deal with those challenges first, not the testosterone levels. Our servicemen are deployed in active conflict zones around the world. Some are separated from their families for months at a time. Some are putting their lives on the line every single day. If I were one of those service members, I'd probably want to hear more about the defense strategy from the decision makers, more about protecting troops, more about supporting military families, more about improving military readiness across the board. For me, those should be the important issues to deal with.
Listen, I live in Miami, which I think is probably the international capital of testosterone replacement therapy. And let me just say, I think it's a little irresponsible, and I would say get ready for the lawsuits, because testosterone replacement means that men become infertile.
That's true.
Testosterone replacement means...
But it's just testing.
Listen, testosterone replacement, well, it's more than testing, because you're basically... it's promoting testosterone replacement for anybody who gets tested and then has a low testosterone. What's the point of testing you if it's not there? It's also
there are a lot.
Michael, for you
a bunch of friends about it. I want to be informed.
Like Andrew Huberman.
We got to leave it there. This is that's a hot topic for the next panel.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'll see you with the next video soon.